every time your paycheck hits, you're either building your freedom or digging your grave. Harsh? Maybe. True. Absolutely. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll stay broke. But if you follow these 7 steps starting today, your money will finally start working for you instead of against you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do the moment your paycheck arrives. You'll break the paycheck to paycheck cycle even if you've failed before. Stop feeling broke before the month ends. Make your money grow without needing a finance degree and create a system so powerful you'll never wonder where your money went again. This is the blueprint I wish someone had given me years ago. Stay with me because step 6 alone could change everything for you. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next financial growth video. Your paycheck hits your account, and for a split second, you feel relief. But then, it happens. Bills pile up, unexpected expenses pop up, maybe a random purchase, and suddenly you're counting down the days until the next paycheck. Sound familiar? What if instead of watching your money slip away, you had a clear, simple plan to make every single dollar work for you? A plan that doesn't just keep you afloat, but actually puts you on the path to real financial freedom. In this video, we're breaking down 7 powerful steps you take every time you get paid that'll transform your money habits, build actual wealth, and create a life of real stability and opportunity. These steps are straightforward, practical, and they work for anyone, no matter how much you earn or where you're starting from. Ready to break free from the paycheck to paycheck trap? Let's go. Managing your money effectively is honestly one of the most powerful skills you can develop. But for so many people, the moment that paycheck shows up, it's this weird mix of excitement and dread. Excitement for the cash, dread because you know it's about to disappear. Without a real plan, it's way too easy to spend reactively and end up with nothing to show for all your hard work. But here's the good news. You don't need to be a financial genius or make 6 figures to take control of your money. By following a deliberate set of steps every single time you get paid, you make sure your money aligns with your actual goals, you reduce your stress, and you build a real foundation for long-term wealth. We covered 4 foundational steps in the first part. Pay yourself first, cover your essentials, crush your high-interest debt, and invest in your future. These create a solid base for stability and growth. Now we're adding 3 more steps to complete the whole system, making sure every dollar you earn is working as hard as possible. Then we'll tie it all together. Let's continue. If you're someone who wants to level up your finances for real, don't sleep on our Millionaire Secrets Guide. It's the blueprint that'll help you play the money game like successful people actually do. Links in the description. Ready? Let's get started. Step 1. Pay yourself first, build your safety net. The first and most important thing you do when that paycheck comes in is pay yourself first. And no, I don't mean buying new sneakers or splurging on dinner. I mean actually protecting your future by setting money aside before you touch anything else. Think of it as giving your future self a gift, whether that's an emergency fund, a house down payment, or the freedom to retire early. Why does this matter so much? The whole idea of paying yourself first, which got popularized by books like The Richest Man in Babylon, is based on something really simple. If you wait and save whatever's left after bills and spending, there's usually nothing left. But when savings becomes your actual priority, your financial goals come before impulse purchases and lifestyle creep. Studies show over and over that having money saved literally reduces financial stress and makes you feel better overall. According to a 2023 Federal Reserve survey, 73% of Americans felt at least okay about their finances when they had savings to fall back on, compared to only 40% of people without an emergency fund. Even small amounts add up over time. That's the real power here. How to actually do it. First, set a specific goal. Try to save somewhere between 10 and 20% of what you make, depending on your situation. If that feels impossible right now, start with 5% or even 1% and gradually bump it up. The key is consistency. Second, automate it. Set up an automatic transfer to a separate savings account the day your paycheck hits. Money you don't see in your main account? You won't spend it. Third, pick the right account. Get a high-yield savings account. They offer way better rates than regular savings. Right now in 2025, some online banks are offering 4 to 5% APY compared to like 0.01 to 0.5% at traditional banks. Fourth, start with an emergency fund. If you don't have one yet, focus on building one with 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Start small though. $500 to $1,000 is enough to cover most surprises like car repairs or a doctor's visit. Real example, let's say you make $3,000 a month. Paying yourself first at 10% means moving $300 to savings before you touch anything else. If you automate that to a high-yield account earning 4% annually, that $300 grows to $3,612 in 1 year just from compound interest. Over 5 years, you're looking at $18,936 with basically zero extra effort from you. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't think you can't afford it. Even $10 to $20 per paycheck adds up fast. Start small and adjust as you get comfortable. Don't raid your savings. Treat it like a bill you have to pay. Non-negotiable. Only touch it for real emergencies or planned goals. And don't skip setting a goal. Without a specific purpose like an emergency fund, vacation, or retirement, you'll be tempted to blow through your savings on random stuff. Paying yourself first sets the tone for everything. It's the foundation of real wealth building and makes sure you're not just working to pay bills, you're working toward a future you actually control. Step 2. Cover your essentials, the musts. After you've paid yourself, the next move is handling your essential expenses. These are the non-negotiable costs that keep your life running. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, minimum debt payments. By tackling these first, you know your basic needs are covered and you're not scrambling later. Why prioritize essentials? Your essentials are literally the foundation of your financial stability. If you fall behind on rent, utilities, or food, everything spirals, late fees, penalties, or worse. According to the U.S. Census Bureau's 2024 Household Pulse survey, 15% of Americans are struggling to pay for basic household stuff, which really shows how critical this is. When you allocate money to essentials right after savings, you create a safety net that keeps your life steady. How to handle it? First, list out your core expenses. This usually includes rent or mortgage, utilities like electricity and water, internet, groceries, actual food, not eating out, transportation like a car payment or gas or public transit, and minimum debt payments like credit card minimums or student loans. Second, create a budget category for these. A lot of people use the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income goes to essentials, 30% to wants, 20% to savings and debt. Adjust based on your actual situation. Third, automate your bills. Set up automatic payments so you never miss a deadline and you don't have to think about it. Fourth, track your spending. Use an app like YNAB or Mint to watch your essential expenses and make sure you're not going overboard here. Real example, if your take-home is $3,000 and you already saved $300, that leaves $2,700. Let's say essentials break down like this. Rent $1,200, utilities $200, groceries $400, car payment and gas $300, minimum debt payments $100. That's $2,200 total. Leaves you $500 for other stuff. By covering essentials first, you know your bases are covered and you can think clearly about what's left. Common mistakes. Don't blur the lines between needs and wants. Be honest. Cable TV and daily coffee runs aren't essentials. Groceries and electricity are. Skip over irregular expenses. Some essentials like car insurance or property taxes come quarterly or yearly. Set aside a little each paycheck to handle these. Don't ignore income changes. If you make more or less, recalculate your essentials budget to stay realistic. When you secure your essentials right after paying yourself, you create a stable foundation. Now you can actually focus on building wealth instead of firefighting every month. Step 3. Tackle high-interest debt, the money drain. With savings and essentials locked down, it's time to attack high-interest debt. This is the kind that eats up your financial progress. Typically credit cards or personal loans above 10% interest. High-interest debt grows faster than your savings, so it's got to be a priority. Why focus on this? High-interest debt is like a leak in your financial bucket. Every dollar you pay in interest is money that could be growing in savings or investments. According to Experian's 2024 Consumer Credit Review, the average credit card rate in the U.S. is 22.8%, and the average household carries $65.10 in credit card debt. If you only make minimum payments on that balance at 22.8%, it could take over 30 years to pay off and cost you nearly $15,000 just in interest. By making this a priority, you free up money for your actual goals. How to attack it? First, list all your debts: balance, interest rate, minimum payment. Focus on the highest interest rates first. This is called the avalanche method and saves you the most money long term. Second, throw extra money at it. After savings and essentials, put anything extra toward that highest rate debt. Even an extra $50 to $100 a month makes a huge difference. Third, consider consolidating. If you've got multiple high-interest debts, look into rolling them into one lower-rate personal loan or transferring balances to a 0% APR card if you qualify. Fourth, stop adding new debt. Commit to paying for non-essentials with cash or debit until this debt is gone. Real example. Using that same $3,000 monthly income, you've saved $300 and spent $2,000 on essentials, leaving $700. Say you've got a $5,000 credit card balance at 20% with a $100 minimum already in essentials. If you throw an extra $300 at it each month, you could be done in about 14 months and save thousands in interest compared to just paying the minimum. Common mistakes. Don't focus on low-interest debt first. Student loans at 3 to 6% or mortgages are way less urgent than credit cards at 20% plus. Minimum payments trap you. They're designed to keep you in debt longer. Always pay more than the minimum on high-interest stuff. Resist lifestyle creep. Once you start paying off debt, don't blow the freed-up money on random stuff. Redirect it to savings or other debts. Eliminating high-interest debt is like plugging a hole in your financial ship. It's not sexy, but it's absolutely a game changer for long-term wealth. Step 4. Invest in your future. Plant the seeds. With savings, essentials, and high-interest debt handled, the next move is investing in your future. This could mean contributing to retirement accounts, investing in the stock market, or building skills that increase what you can earn. The goal is making your money work for you over time through passive growth. Why start investing early? Compound interest is insane. Small investments made young grow significantly over time. For example, if you invest $100 a month at 8% annual return, the historical average for the S&P 500, from age 25 to 65, you end up with over $280,000. Wait until 35, and that same $100 a month only grows to $120,000. Time is literally your biggest asset, so start now, even if it's small. How to invest? First, max out retirement accounts. If your employer offers a 401k match, contribute at least enough to get the full match. That's free money. In 2025, the 401k limit is $23,500. No 401k? Open an IRA, individual retirement account, with a $7,000 annual limit. Second, start with low-cost index funds. For beginners, invest in low-cost diversified index funds or ETFs through places like Vanguard or Fidelity. Low fees, they track the market, less risk. Third, invest in yourself. Spend money on education or skills that boost your earning power. Coding boot camp, professional certification, networking events. A 2024 Georgetown University study found that workers with specialized skills earn 20 to 30% more than those without. Fourth, start small and automate. Set up automatic contributions even if it's just $50 a month. Consistency beats the amount. Real example, you've got $700 left after savings, essentials, and debt. You decide to invest $200 a month in an S&P 500 index fund averaging 8% returns. Over 30 years, that $200 monthly grows to roughly $490,000 thanks to compounding. Plus, you invest $100 in a professional course that bumps your income 10%. Your monthly pay goes up to $3,300, which means you can save and invest even more. Common mistakes. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The market goes up and down, but long-term, it trends up. Don't try to time it. Just start. High-fee investments kill returns. Avoid funds with expense ratios above 0.5% or advisors charging huge commissions. Don't skip investing in yourself. That's just as important as stock market investing. Don't miss chances to increase your earning power. Investing in your future turns your paycheck into a tool for long-term wealth. It's about planting seeds today that grow into financial freedom tomorrow. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you catch our next video. Step 5. Budget for your wants. Live a little. After securing savings, essentials, debt repayment, and investments, now you allocate money for your wants. These are the non-essentials that make life enjoyable. Eating out, entertainment, hobbies. This step matters because it balances financial discipline with actually living, preventing burnout from being too restrictive. Why budget for wants? Cutting yourself off completely from discretionary spending leads to financial burnout, making it harder to stick to your plan long-term. A 2024 Financial Health Network study found that 62% of Americans who included fun money in their budgets were more likely to maintain financial discipline compared to those who didn't. By intentionally setting aside money for enjoyment, you avoid the temptation to overspend impulsively. How to do it? First, set a limit. Using the 50-30-20 rule, allocate up to 30% of your income for wants. If essentials or savings need more, adjust to 20% or less. Second, define your wants. List what actually brings you joy: gym membership, streaming services, weekend trips, so you're specific and don't waste money on things you don't care about. Third, use a separate account. Keep your fun money in a separate checking account or prepaid card to cap spending and avoid dipping into other funds. Fourth, track and adjust. Monitor your want spending. If you overspend 1 month, cut back the next to stay balanced. Real example: with $3,000 monthly income, you've allocated $300 to savings, $2,000 to essentials, $300 to debt, leaving $400. Using the 50-30-20 rule, that's 30% or $900 for wants. But since you're prioritizing debt, you adjust to $200. This covers a $50 streaming subscription, $100 for eating out, $50 for a hobby. By planning this, you enjoy life without derailing your goals. Common mistakes: don't overspend on impulse. Stick to your budgeted amount for wants. Don't feel guilty about budgeted spending. If you planned it, enjoy it guilt-free. The goal is balance, not deprivation. Don't ignore trade-offs. If you want something big like a vacation, save for it over time instead of blowing your monthly wants budget. Budgeting for wants ensures you live a balanced life while staying financially on track. It's about enjoying today without sacrificing tomorrow. Step 6. Plan for irregular expenses. Stay prepared. Irregular expenses, those that don't happen monthly, like car maintenance, holiday gifts, or annual insurance, can wreck your budget if you're not ready. Step 6 is setting aside money each paycheck to cover these so they don't catch you off guard. Why plan ahead? Unexpected expenses are a leading cause of financial stress. A 2024 Bankrate survey found that 57% of Americans faced an unexpected expense in the past year, with 26% dipping into savings or taking on debt to cover it. By proactively saving, you avoid scrambling or relying on credit. How to plan? First, list your irregular expenses. Car maintenance may be $500 yearly, holiday gifts $300, insurance premiums $600, subscriptions. Second, calculate monthly contributions. Divide total annual costs by 12. For example, $1,400 annually divided by 12 equals $117 monthly. Third, create a sink-in fund. Set up a separate savings account or budget category for irregular expenses and transfer the calculated amount each paycheck. Fourth, review yearly. Adjust as expenses change, like a new car increasing maintenance costs. Real example: from the $400 left after previous steps, you allocate $100 to a sinking fund. This covers $50 for car maintenance, $30 for holiday gifts, $20 for an annual insurance premium. By saving $100 monthly, you'll have $1,200 by year end. Enough to cover these without touching your emergency fund or going into debt. Common mistakes: don't forget seasonal costs. Holidays and taxes often surprise people. Plan ahead. Don't use your emergency fund. That's for true emergencies, not predictable, irregular expenses. Don't underestimate costs. Look at last year's spending to accurately predict irregular expenses. Planning for irregular expenses keeps your budget resilient, so you're never blindsided by predictable costs. Step 7. Review and adjust. Stay flexible. The final step is reviewing your financial plan regularly and adjusting based on progress, income changes, or new goals. This keeps your system relevant and effective, adapting to life's inevitable changes. Why review? Life is dynamic. Your income, expenses, and goals evolve. A 2025 National Endowment for Financial Education study found that 68% of people who regularly reviewed their budgets were more likely to achieve financial goals compared to those who didn't. Regular check-ins keep you aligned with your priorities. How to review? First, schedule a monthly 30-minute review. Check your budget, savings, debt payments, and investments. Use apps like YNAB or spreadsheets to track progress. Second, assess your goals. Are you on track for your emergency fund, debt payoff, or investment targets? Adjust if needed. Third, adapt to changes. Income goes up? Boost savings or debt payments. Goes down? Trim wants or non-essentials. Fourth, celebrate wins. Acknowledge milestones like paying off a credit card or hitting $5,000 in savings to stay motivated. Real example. During monthly review, you notice your $5,000 credit card debt is down to $2,000. You decide to increase debt payment from $300 to $400 monthly to finish faster, cutting wants from $200 to $100 temporarily. You also see your income increased $200 monthly, so you add $100 to savings and $100 to investments, accelerating progress. Common mistakes. Don't set it and forget it. A static plan becomes outdated. Regular reviews keep it effective. Don't ignore small leaks. Unused subscriptions add up. Audit spending during reviews. Don't get discouraged. Progress feels slow sometimes, but consistency compounds. Focus on long-term gains. Reviewing and adjusting keeps you in control, ensuring your money always aligns with your evolving life. Take control of your paycheck. Transform your life. Your paycheck is more than just money. It's a tool to build the life you actually want. By following these 7 steps, paying yourself first, covering essentials, crushing high-interest debt, investing in your future, budgeting for wants, planning for irregular expenses, and reviewing your plan, you create a system that maximizes every single dollar. This isn't about deprivation or complexity. It's about clarity, discipline, and balance. Let's recap this using our $3,000 monthly income example. Step 1. Save $300, 10% for an emergency fund or goals. Step 2. Spend $2,000 on essentials, securing your foundation. Step 3. Pay $300 toward high-interest debt, saving thousands in interest. Step 4. Invest $200 in retirement or skills, leveraging compound growth. Step 5. Budget $100 for wants, enjoying life without guilt. Step 6. Save $100 for irregular expenses, avoiding surprises. Step 7. Review monthly, adjusting to stay on track. This leaves you with a balanced, intentional plan that builds wealth while living well. Over time, these habits compound. In 5 years, your $300 monthly savings could grow to $18,936 in a high-yield account. Your $200 monthly investments could reach $14,700, and your $5,000 debt is gone, freeing up cash for bigger goals. Meanwhile, you've enjoyed life and stayed prepared for surprises. The beauty here is flexibility. Whether you earn $2,000 or $20,000 a month, these steps scale to your income. Start small if you need to. 10 to savings, 20 to debt, 50 to investments. The key is consistency, not perfection. As financial expert Ramit Sethi says, big wins come from small, consistent actions. So next time that paycheck hits, don't let it slip away. Follow these 7 steps to take control, reduce stress, and build a future where money actually works for you. Your financial freedom starts with your next paycheck. What are you going to do with it? Did you enjoy this video? Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next one. See you next time.